up, guys? Your boy, 2813. I'm here to talk about WWE 2K16 11 reasons it needs a Brock Lesnar beast mode. WWE 2K16 is due out in the autumn of 2015 and promises a whole new mode to play with. The new features are the reason that most fans buy the game every year. 2 years ago, we had the Undertaker streak and WrestleMania mode, and this year we had the rivalry and NXT mode. They offer great selling point to the consumer base. This year, there's surely only one surefire choice for the new game mode, Brock Lesnar Beast Mode. It will capitalize on WWE's most popular star and offer some truly shenanigan gameplay. But before getting into the merits of Lesnar as a franchise star, let's look at the footsteps he be following in. WWE 2K14 went after the nostalgia style, offering a 30 years of WrestleMania mode and Undertaker Street mode. They were a lot of fun for both wrestling fans and casual gamers. Last year, effort wasn't quite as inspiring. The rivalry mode was decent, but it just didn't seem as grand as the nostalgia from a year previous. Similarly, the NFT mode was siding on a popular concept, but it just didn't captivate as fully as it should done. But with WWE 2K16, the video game should make a thunderous return to form, particularly if they built it around the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. Here's the reason you need WWE 2K16 Brock Lesnar Beast Mode in your life. Number 11. Forget past stars, build 2K16 on current sensation. 2K looked to the past for their inspiration in 2K14 Streak and WrestleMania mode. They again looked to the past with Rivalry mode last year. They also looked to the past when they picked Ultimate Warrior and Steam to promote the last two games. But it need be like this for 2K16. They don't need to look to the past when they have a current sensation on the WWE roster right now. Just like Stone Cold Steve Austin fronted the classic Nintendo 64 WWF Warzone all those years ago, there's a star in the WWE right now who can really live up to what it takes to front a game. That man is the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. He, current and wrestling fans, casual gamers are engaged by him. Playing at him in a dedicated Lesnar mode will be a real selling point. Number 10. Heyman Agency. Paul Heyman has been very involved with the last 2K project. His Looking for Larry marketing brand and talent agency has helped to provide a range of promotional purpose for the game. Most memorably, the Ultimate Warrior vignette that really caught the world attention. Heyman also happened to be the best friend and confidant of Brock Lesnar. Imagine what the pair could do together if commissioned by 2K to create promotional content for 2K16. With Paul at the helm alongside his good buddy, you just know that they produce something fantastic. The result, 2K16 will sell games by the truckload. A Paul Heyman masterminding Lesnar campaign is what 2K16 needs. Number 9. The vignette. Stemming from the last point, the vignette will be spectacular. This will benefit all involved. It will obviously benefit 2K, as it will sell your game, but it will also benefit the actual WWE in a huge way. Just look at what the Steam vignette achieved last year when they aired on Raw. Imagine that excitement ramped up by debuting the 2K16 vignette on Raw. It would get Lesnar more over with the wrestling audience and serve as a reminder that he's awesome. One of the problems with his current WWE deal is that he isn't scheduled for many Raw appearances, so a 2K vignette campaign actually killed two birds in one stone. The video can play each week on Raw and act as a substitute for his presence. As for the content, it needs to be something inspiring, like Lesnar training in his gym or smashing some MMA mannequin. It needs to be footage that makes the fans say, hey, I want to play as that guy. I'm ordering 2K16. Number 8. The game can be co-promoted with Brock SummerSlam return. The traditional media blitz for 2K wrestling games tends to begin around SummerSlam. They even hosted promotional events on the same weekend as SummerSlam. Using Lesnar in the new game will coincide perfectly with his actual WWE return. He due to compete against he due to compete again at SummerSlam, seeking revenge against the man who cost him his title, Seth Rollins. 2K could capitalize on that on-screen return. They could have Lesnar promoting his involvement in 2K16 on the day before SummerSlam, then appearing in the ring the next night as part of the joint promotion. WWE at SummerSlam could then reference that Brock Lesnar will be in the new 2K game and show some footage from his activities with 2K. It is perfect timing for 2K. WWE and Lesnar all to benefit in a promotional bliss. Number 7. Brock's unique movesets work well for an individual game mode. On the actual gameplay side, Lesnar makes a world of sense for 2K to utilize. He has a moveset like no other WWE performer, so that individually would translate well into a dedicated gameplay mode. You'll be able to button combination and gaming achievements that would be unique to him. It is actually what has stood him out so much on WWE television. The fact that he does things in the ring that no other performer does. That's why he over. 2K16 can work this into the gameplay. Upon taking an opponent down, the camera could switch to a ground and pound vantage as a way of really putting you into his glove. The entire Lesnar game mode is required because the graphics and gameplay really need to reflect that he like no other superstar. He isn't just some ordinary wrestler on the roster. Number 6. The graphics. As part of using Brock Lesnar, 2K could shoot him with motion capture. That would give him the most realistic looking Brock Lesnar ever seen on a video game. On a next generation video console, that should look pretty insane. The cutscene of the beast mode would be a mixture of actual WWE footage and computer graphics. Imagine seeing each and every drop of sweat on Lesnar. The potential for the graphic in his theme mode can be a selling point in itself. The animation of Brock hitting takedown and throwing suplexes, it will look spectacular. Put those graphics on promotional trailers and people will take notice. Lesnar is one of the most visual wrestlers going, so it'd be fantastic to see what 2K can achieve with him. Number 5. Work through his career. The basic of beast mode would be to work through his WWE career. In addition to his recent escapades since returning in 2012, the mode will progress thematically through his story, starting with his blockbuster rookie year with the company in 2002. You have to wrestle the likes of The Rock at SummerSlam with the aim of winning the WWE Championship, but the majority of the mode will be around his current action. So you play the main Lesnar moment from 2012 onward. You smash Triple H at SummerSlam and the cage match at Extreme Rules. The best bit will be playing against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 31. ending the streak and watching as the graphic engine recreate the crowd shock. Then on to SummerSlam where you get to smash John Cena. That'd be a lot of fun. Number 4. Logical cover star. Will Stale Truckload. The front cover of WWE 2K is always a big deal. The first installment had The Rock, although it also had a reversible sleeve with Daniel Bryan, which was stemming from a fan vote. WWE 2K15 cover with John Cena, which represented another smart commercial choice. People like Rock and Cena they known to the wider world, as is Brock Lesnar. That's why he makes sense as the next cover star in theme mode. You could have his image on the front cover, boasting of Brock Lesnar Beast Mode as the key selling point. The game would stay a truckload with that kind of packages. Number 3. Appeal to UFC fans. Brock Lesnar was one of UFC's biggest superstars and held their heavyweight championship. He also popped their biggest pay-per-view numbers of all time, including 1,600,000 for UFC 100. That's insane. With that sort of popularity, it is reasonable to suggest that some UFC fans might be interested in a WWE video game if Brock Lesnar is central to the gameplay. 2K can tap into a potentially sizable extra market. Granted, many in the MMA world loathed Lesnar and his fake fighting, but the numbers don't really lie. There was a huge casual audience who bought into the Lesnar phenomenon in a big way. 2K could even include some of the MMA aspect in their beast mode. They couldn't use the UFC trademark, but they could have stages in which you have to fight generic fighters in an octagon. As mentioned, the gameplay could also feature more MMA-based action, with the camera and action switching to a unique style when Lesnar hit things like a takedown. Number 2. The Beast Collector Edition. As part of making Lesnar involvement even more exciting, 2K should offer a limited number of 2K should offer a limited number of exclusive The Beast Collector Edition box. This will be present in a large collector case featuring the game and other Lesnar-related collectibles. It will be similar to the WWE 2K15 Hulk Hogan Collector Edition, which was available last year. So you get things like a bit of the ring canvas from Lesnar's destruction of John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. Plus, the Brock Lesnar Funko Pop video figure. There'll also be exclusive DLC content, including some of Lesnar's other look and attire. And last one, the complete immersive playing experience. Never before had a game been built around just one wrestler. That would make WWE 2K15 really innovative and interesting. Sure, you can still play as any other wrestler in other modes, but Beast Mode will put you in control of a character in a way that has never been done before. There'll be extra functionality, extra depth and perspective. The playing experience will be totally different to the standard control and gameplay. It is a concept that 2K could extend into future games, having focused wrestler mode in each new installment, offering unique gameplay aspects to their moveset. The fully immersive gameplay experience of being Brock Lesnar is something gamers can really get into. Like, subscribe, comment. See you guys on the next one. Peace.